What up, everybody? Good evening. Welcome to the very first episode of the Holding Your Own broadcast. This is your host, E. Glad for everybody to be tuning in. If you're taking your time watching me, I appreciate it. Love you for it because you could be doing anything else, but you're listening to me. So let's get right into it. You see the description, Panthers versus Dolphins. Go get into a little bit of that. Go get into a little bit of UNC football. You know, Lincoln Riley looked like he's taking off going to USC. While that's smart for them and very smart for him. Very, very smart for him. And around the NFL and NBA. But I'm going to kick it off first with these Panthers against the Dolphins. Game on the Panthers side was not competitive at all. They lose to the Miami Dolphins right down there in South Florida. Dolphins 33, Panthers 10. The quarterback duel between Newton and Tua wasn't even close. Newton 5 for 21, 92 yards, one rushing touchdown on the ground, none through the air, through two picks. The first one he threw, kind of questionable. The other one, I don't know. I don't think it should have went there, but Tua, on the other hand, 27 for 31, 230 yards, and one TD. Oh, man. I'm going to start out with this game by saying this. There was a lot of juice around Cam Newton coming back. As so, I was one of the ones who think he shouldn't have been let go how he should. But energy and excitement only lasts so long. You have to eventually produce on the field on a week-to-week basis. And whatever juice the Panthers had this week is the previous week is now gone. And the main question I have is this, is mainly for this coaching staff. What culture is Matt Rule trying to build? He wants to be a football first guy. His words, not mine. He wants this place to be a football serious place. His words, not mine. The only thing it seems that the Panthers have been serious about is inconsistency. So can somebody tell me out there in YouTube land, what is the culture for this franchise? Now, granted, I think, Dolphin fans help me out. They're winners of 3 straight. They're coming in. They're feeling pretty good about themselves, as they should. And they're a team that's still trying to find their way. And the game wasn't even competitive, like at all. By the way, McCaffrey, I didn't notice this. This is the first game in his career. He didn't catch not one ball. Oh, yeah, by the way, he's hurt again. Left the stadium on a walking boot. That contract looks better and better each time it was signed. I was one of the people a few years ago. I said, I understand how dynamic he is. All running backs break down. I even said it to the boys on WFNZ in the morning. Shout out to those guys down there. And a lot of people who were saying that were shut down. It's not that we didn't think McCaffrey was great. It's not we didn't think he was a weapon. It's just these things happen to running backs. You don't give them big contracts. And it looks like he'd be sidelined again. No telling how bad that ankle injury is. But he was seen walking out of the stadium with a walking boot. So we're talking about injuries. We're talking about culture with the Panthers. What's the culture with this team? All I see is a culture inconsistency. What's going through Tepper's head? This is a guy that's used to winning. This is a billionaire. And he took a big gamble on Matt Rule, giving him a 7-year contract for a college coach. And isn't seeing an ROI at all. I'm not for one of the people to say, "Oh man, we're just losing. Just fire the coach, and that'll fix everything. Just get rid of him. Just get rid of him, and we'll be all right." Because that's not always the case. Some coaches get into jobs, and if you don't have a quarterback, which Carolina doesn't have for the future, you won't succeed. You know, you won't succeed if you don't have a quarterback. And they currently don't have one. But all the moves that they have made, like letting Cam Newton go, Rules are part of that decision the first time. Bringing in Teddy Bridgewater, rules are part of that decision the first time. Bringing in Sam Darnold, rules are part of that decision. Not drafting Justin Fields, not drafting Mac Jones, not making a move to get Justin Herbert the previous year, making some type of move. Matt Rule was a part of all those decisions. And somebody would say, E, why aren't you saying nothing about the offensive line? What do you want me to say about the offensive line? Everybody knows it's crap. We all have eyes. Everybody knows it needs to be fixed. What do you want me to say about the offensive line? Anybody that's going to leave something in the comments or talk about that, what do you want me to say about the offensive line? It's what it is. They haven't invested in it all. And another thing, going back to David Tepper, this is something I didn't understand a few years ago and was kind of odd. When he let go of Ron Rivera, maybe somebody can answer this. Why didn't he send Marty Herney up the road as well? Why didn't he send Marty Herney up the road? That doesn't make any sense to me. Sorry, guys. Had to plug up my PC because it was dying. My bad. But yeah, back to what I was saying. How come he didn't get rid of Marty Herney? You fired a head coach, but keep the GM. So let go of him a year later. Some people say, well, why? We need somebody to help navigate the draft. Marty Herney navigate the draft. They both should have been let go at the same time. And I know it's a running joke in Pantherland of picking on Marty Herney. His last little gem, maybe giving the team Matt Rule. And the thing about it is, you when it comes to these college coaches, you have more Greg Schianos than Jimmy Johnsons. That's a hard transition, and you got to have a quarterback. So somebody help me out there. What is the culture of this Panthers team? That's my biggest question tonight. What is the culture? Because I know Matt Rule said, like he said, he wanted it to be football serious, but I don't see it. Nothing about it. This football. I mean, maybe they are serious with football. Maybe just they even got serious to the winning part every week. you know. And like I said, it's very easy to say, let's fire Matt Rule, let's fire Matt Rule, let's fire Matt Rule, let's fire Matt Rule. I hate to tell you, I'm gonna say it like this when it comes to David Tepper. I don't think he's gonna get rid of him at the end of the year, but if he did, I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked, especially how these last 5 games go. I don't know. I don't think Matt Rule's gonna be gone after his second season, but it wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if he is let go. Because the scary thing about that is you don't want to turn into the New York Jets or what the Cleveland Browns be with coaches. Fire, 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 fire. That'll stop you from that'll set a reputation for you getting the best candidates. Because if I don't hurry up and get this thing done in the first 2 years, I can be out of here. You don't want that reputation. You don't want that reputation. But also, I know at the same time, we live in a different times now where people want stuff quick. They want it right. They want it done now. Nobody has any patience anymore. That's pretty much bottom line. People have no patience anymore. So I wouldn't be surprised. Me personally, I don't think Matt Rule should be gone regardless of what happens at the end of the season, but he has some splaining to do. He definitely has some splaining to do. And a bunch. He has a lot displaying to myself. He has a lot displaying to you guys about what's going on, because it's not adding up week by week. What's going to be done with the quarterback position in the offseason? Currently, I don't know. What's going to be done about the offensive line in the offseason? Currently, I don't know. Y'all want me to get on the defense? Want me to get on the defense? Get on the defense, a thing we hung our hat on for the first couple of games the Panthers did. Before I go any further, let me give the Dolphins credit. And if any Dolphin fans are looking at this, shout out to you guys. Got to give the other team credit. They came out focused. They came out prepared. They protected Tua so good. Like I said, Tua was 27 for 31. He only missed on 4 balls. Some say it's only 230 yards. He threw for only 230 yards. That was a lot better than our quarterbacks did. Well, I forgot PJ Walker got into 5 for 10, 87 yards, and he threw an interception. Got to give the Dolphins credit. I see the culture they're building. And I see they also flirted with Deshaun Watson too. And be honest, if they could get him, they should, because Deshaun Watson's a better quarterback than Tua. And he wants to come there. And they both want him. And I still think in the offseason, they still got a chance to get him. I heard some Panther fans, we were talking about, once Deshaun is clear of his legal situation. Once it's clear, we can go after him. I was like, oh, we weren't one of his top destinations to begin with. 1. 2, why would he want to come here? 3, he's gonna have at least 8 or 10 suitors. Carolina ain't one of the top ones. Why the hell would he want to leave a bad situation to go to another bad situation? And him going from Texas to Miami still keeps him what? No state tax. Now, if I'm the Texans, I will think, well, damn, I want to get him all the way out the conference. Who's to say Philly won't come back calling again? I believe they were linked to him. But shout out to the Dolphins, man. Shout out to the Miami Dolphins. They went out there and they handled business. That's the culture of this building. And I like Brian Flores as a coach. I believe they've got the guy. Out of most of Belichick's assistants, I believe he's going to be a good one. Be patient with the brother. I like Brian Flores. But back to this Panthers defense. I'm going to start out by this. Aside for Hassan Reddick, how many good players do they have on this defense? They're so toutably ranked. Aside from Hassan Reddick, what other good players are on it? I don't see any good players. I think Shaq Thompson has played better this year. Matter of fact, he's having a career year. But I don't see him as a good player. Derek Brown, 7th pick in last year's draft. Derek Brown, he didn't, correct me if I'm wrong, Panther faithful, but he didn't even start today. He didn't start. I guess they got tired of turning on tape and watching him getting shoved off the ball. He brought in Stephon Gilmore. I got to watch the snap count because I hardly notice him on the field. Jermaine Carter's okay. Brian Burns is really not a 3-down defensive lineman. But let me ask you this. Who on this defense is feared? Who is feared? I could look it up in the NFC South division. When I look at Tampa Bay, I fear Devin White. I fear Antoine Winfield Jr. Those are ballers. When I look at the Saints, I fear Marshawn Lattimore. I fear Cam Jordan. I don't fear anybody on the Panthers defense, to be honest. Who strikes fear in you? Who on the offensive side of the ball that says, hey, Panthers coming up, we got to know where this person is every single play, where they're lining up, you know? No one, aside from Hassan Reddick, who's going to have him a nice payday in the offseason. Hopefully it's with Carolina. Because with every play and every sack he gets, money in the bank. Shot it with the bank for Hassan Reddick. But I don't know. I really don't know. But like I said, my biggest question for the night with the Panthers, what's the culture? Like, what are we, 29 games in? Matt Rule got 5 left this season. Bye week coming up. I don't think you can lose a bye week. I believe he said in his press conference today, he told the guys, don't come back till next Monday. Just get away. Let me know what the culture is. Because all I see is a culture of inconsistency. That's all I see. Culture of inconsistent. Well, if you want to be consistent at losing, yeah, but that doesn't make you a lot of money. You know, that's why I believe the Cam Newton deal was also about business. You could look at the stadium down there. Won't nobody going to the games? I live in Raleigh. I definitely won't drive down there and spending my hard-earned money to watch that. I can watch junk on TV. And if it weren't for me doing this, I would have cut the game off today. I would have remote, find something else to do on a Sunday. Make it productive instead of watching that. But somebody tell me in the comments, you let me know what the culture is and what direction this thing is going, because it's not good. I don't like talking about the draft around this time of year, but what else to talk about? The playoffs are done. The playoffs are that's done. I won't really talk about that much to begin with, but just this game completely put that to bed. Completely put that to bed. Any playoff talk. This team is not a playoff team. The only thing I think been consistent the last 6 weeks, shout out Zane Gonzalez. You found the kicker. Because it was a struggle last year and a struggle in training camp and with kicker after kicker after kicker after kicker. You got one. Good job. But I have more questions than answers for you guys. Maybe you have more. I don't, be honest. Even if they did fire Matt Rule, which, like I said earlier, I don't think it's going to happen, but even if they did, who's the quarterback for next year? Because to me, that's the biggest problem. You don't know who your quarterback is going forward. And that position is so important. You can have everything else right on that team. If you don't got the quarterback right, it's not doing. And the word, what happened to the word rebuild? I don't hear a lot of people on WFNZ or anybody else using that word anymore. Rebuild. You know why? Because when you trade for Stephon Gilmore and you bring back Cam Newton, guess what? You ain't rebuilding no more. You're not rebuilding. You want to win now. If you were just rebuilding, you would have been content with keeping things the way they were. So, I don't know. But once again, shout out to the Miami Dolphins. Them Dolphins came out that water, dragged that Panther by the tail, drug them on out in that ocean, and put their head right up under that water. We ain't letting y'all up. They were like the Dolphins. They heard cats don't like water. You about to get in this water right here. And what you go do? Nothing. Not a damn thing. But sit up here and take this L. And take it good. Take it nice and good. Ain't shit you can do. Shout out to the Dolphins fans. Y'all earned it, and they went out there and whipped our tail. And they deserved it. But that's all I want to talk about as far as that. I want to move on. Enough about the Panther talk. I want to move on. Where I want to go? I want to talk Lincoln Riley. Broke this evening, earlier today, he's going to be taking the USC job. And I don't know how Oklahoma fans feel about that. I wouldn't like it if I was an Oklahoma fan, but I believe it's smart for USC and smart for Lincoln Riley. Because let's be honest, at the very least, Oklahoma's a top 10 job, may even be top 5, to be honest. Oklahoma's a good job. You're right in the middle of a nice recruiting bed, good facilities. They're always in the college football playoff every year or close to it. hell of a good fan base, good alumni base. Why would he vote to go to USC? Here's the reason why. Now, this brought up the reason why I go. See, now, people think, give me a little drink here. People forget that. Well, I forgot. I don't want to say people. I say I forgot. And it crossed my mind. Oklahoma, if I'm not mistaken, and Texas are going to be in the SEC next year. Good for the SEC. But rich, get richer. But if I'm Lincoln Riley, Oklahoma's going to the SEC. I want to be in a college football playoff. Now I got to battle Alabama, Georgia, A&M, which I got rid of, got away from, Ole Miss, and these SEC powers to get there. It's going to be a lot harder for me to get there now. And you don't think he's seen by Alabama is just not the SEC standard. It's the college football standard. And having a rumble with Alabama and Georgia every year is going to be a headache. And he probably knows if I can't, at Oklahoma, if I can't beat those two teams with a school that is expected to be in the college football playoffs, how long would I be here anyway? Do you think Oklahoma is going to settle for not being in the college football playoff at least every year? I don't think so. So the USC move was smart for him as far as USC. Go big. And and with that, he just got to fight off the teams in the Pac-12. If he can recruit how he can and get those guys to come to USC, and he's from that footprint in the South, and get him to come over there, that man will run the Pac-12. Give him 2 seasons, 3 at the most. He'll run the Pac-12. And anybody smart enough knows it. Knows it. And USC, long money. Long money. We got the blank check for Lincoln Riley. And I'm pretty sure Oklahoma will make a good hire after that. Who thought that job was going to open? So Oklahoma, y'all aren't going to be left out to dry. I'm pretty sure y'all going to get a very, very good candidate to come in there, because that right there, like I said, at the very least, it's a top 10 job in college football, maybe even top 5. So they're going to get a good candidate. Oklahoma, Sooner fans, y'all going to be all right. Y'all are going to be all right. It's going to be a lot harder to get a college football playoff now being in the SEC, but you guys are going to be quite all right. You guys are going to be all right with the hire of whoever replaces Lincoln Riley. But shout out to USC. That's long money. It's LA. It's California. Money ain't a thing. We want a big fish. They needed a big fish. They pulled in a big fish. That's how those things goes. But smart on both parties. And Sooner fans, y'all gonna be all right. You're gonna be just fine. Moving on, a little bit of NBA. You know, I'm from the Carolinas, so I'll be talking about a lot of teams around here if y'all are interested. And I go nationally too, but I want to talk Hornets versus Rockets. They lost to them Saturday night, 143-146, final OT. I'm not going to delve deep into the stats so much. Because the bigger thing I see with this is that I've seen a lot of Hornets fans. Well, we can't win a back-to-back. Oh, stop that. Minnesota, the team they played the night before they played the Rockets, they won their back-to-back. So I don't want to hear that. The problem is you have to come out playing defense from the opening tap. I don't care who you play. Defense cannot be a choice. And the times the Hornets have done those things, they've won. It is unacceptable for a 3-win team. If any Rocket fans are looking at this, let me know. I believe they were starting or at least playing 2 guys on 2-way contracts. And they put up 146 points on you. No excuses. And I still like the direction the team is going, but this is a learning lesson. And one thing I'm noticing too for the Hornets folk, and it may just be me, and I believe this is a good thing. As LaMelo goes, this is how this team goes. And that's on both ends of the court. When he's out there getting steals and deflections, it trickles down to everybody else. Blocks and all these type of things. When he's playing a little lethargic on the defensive end, it flows to everybody else. It flows to everybody else. And that's a good thing and a bad thing. Good thing is he's molding himself and he's got grown men willing to follow him. The problem is he got grown men willing to follow him, good and bad. When he wants to take a night off on the other end of the court, everybody else takes a night off. And I have no problem with scoring. The Hornets put up 143 points. They didn't stop the other team from scoring 146. Now 3-win team, the Houston Rockets. You got to get better and play defense all night. All night. I don't want to see that no more. I don't want to hear about the back-to-back. I mean, it's a back-to-back. A back-to-back against the Rockets. Unacceptable. But I don't want to indict the whole franchise. I'm just saying that performance was unacceptable. As a team in a whole, as a Hornets, I'm absolutely proud and happy in the direction they're going. They have, unlike the Panthers, they have a culture established. You see what it is. They've made the right picks in the draft and also developing them, the right trades. This is what happens when you have a competent GM in place and you believe in your head coach who had been under Greg Popovich. They didn't go get a college coach. Sometimes it works. I understand two totally different sports. But I can see the culture with the Hornets. And I like it. And I like the direction it's going. So they have the Bulls tomorrow night, Monday, Ball Brothers. I don't know if that game is on the road in Chicago or I believe it's on the road. That's on the road. I believe that's in Chicago. Hornets versus the Bulls tomorrow. That ought to be a good one. And hopefully they'll, with that opponent, they'll refocus, come out playing defense strong as they should, because the Bulls are no pushover. They are very, very, very good. Like those signings of look at this. Look how much they flipped and what they did. DeMar DeRozan, Crusoe, brought in Lonzo, and they're doing well. I mean, I love everything the Bulls did in the offseason. And me personally, outside of Chicago, the talking heads to me, as far as ESPN, Fox, they don't talk about them enough. They don't talk about them enough. They don't talk about them enough. And they should. The Bulls are making noise. They had a lot of good things done in the offseason, smart moves. I love teams and organizations that do smart stuff. I do, even if I'm not a fan of them. I love teams that do smart things. I hate junk. I hate junk. That's why I want people to get mad at junk. Get mad at lame. Get mad at crappy organizations. You understand? But I'm just saying, I think the Chicago Bulls need more praise. They don't get enough praise. They need more. They need more. But that's all I got to say about the Hornets right now. Playing the Bulls tomorrow. Lock in on defense, please. You got to do it from the opening tip. I want to see. And it's hard for a young team to do that night in, night out, but they're getting better. And I'm pretty sure Borrego got their attention because I know he won't please with that at all. At all. And I don't want to hear the back-to-back excuse. So Hornets can start, it's a back-to-back. I don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it. Moving on. Let's go around. Do I want to go around the NFL or I want to go around the NBA? Nah. I won't go around the NFL. I go to UNC football. Another culture problem. Played NC State Friday night. Took the L right up in Raleigh. A game for the ages. A game for the ages. Now, me, I'll openly admit, I am a UNC fan. I said before the game, NC State's going to win it. I didn't think they were going to win it like that. I like Dave Dorn. I be seeing some NC State fans thinking that he should be gone. Oh, do you want to fire him? I don't see if you let go of Dave Dorn, who else are you gonna bring in that's gonna do better than him? Who else? I don't think so. Exactly. Or maybe y'all got a list of who would be. Maybe you have a list. I don't know. Maybe you have a list, but I don't think it should be fired. You know what? As a UNC fan, yeah, man, go ahead, fire him. Yeah, fire Dave Dorn, please. Fire him. Fire him. Yeah, fire Dave Dorn. I really want you. I really hope they do that. Send him up the road. And you were oh so close to that ACC title game. But congratulations, Wolfpack fans. On to my Tar Heels. You know, a lot of people were like, winning this game at the end of the year salvage what has been a disappointing season for the Tar Heels. And I say, absolutely not. It just makes the wound feel better. You're going to a bowl game. I guess you're gonna go to the solo plastic cup bowl in the middle of Montana at 10 a.m. in the morning that nobody's going to be watching. And if I were Sam Howell, I would not play in it. And I dare any UNC fan to get on here and blame him if he does not play in that bowl game, because it does him no good. It is time for him to get ready for the draft. Sam Howell has done enough. And to be quite honest, this is disappointing because you had a generational talent at quarterback and you have absolutely nothing to show for it. but some crappy bowl. Now, maybe Longhorn fans can help me. Aside from the national championship that Mac won down there, I heard the problem was at Texas. They had no problem getting recruits. They would recruit their tails off. It's just on the field, the results wouldn't show. And I know the first year people say, well, that's Fedora recruits. Second year, give them time. Third year, this was supposed to be the year. Now, do I think Carolina was overrated by being 10 in the country? Yes, they weren't a top 10 team, but they were at least 17 or 18. They finished the year unranked. Inexcusable losses to Virginia Tech, Florida State. I mean, it made no sense. I mean, this was their year to get to the ACC championship game and didn't do it. So I have questions. There's another team. I have questions about their culture. What is the culture with UNC football? Because you're winning the recruiting battle, but the results on the field are not showing. And for people, anybody, I dare anybody on the internet, Twitter, or in the comments to say Sam Howell is the problem. Really? Really? That man's as tough as they come. And he deserved better. As far as that NC State game, he was the only reason why they were in it. And the other brother that was Russian, I can't think of his name right now. But those last couple of minutes in that game was a microcosm of not just what they've been this past season, what they've been since Matt came back. Now, the first year we let it ride, but just undisciplined, mistakes all over the place. That has to be on coaching, and there has to be a change on the defensive side of the ball. I've never seen so many blown assignments all year, so many missed tackles all year. And when you see the same thing show up week after week after week after week after week after week, you have to blame the coaching. Or just at least look at it. And I'm pretty sure if they're smart in the offseason, a change will be made on that side of the ball. At least it should be on the defensive side of the ball. But the culture, Chapel Hill, this right here with Sam Howell was a wasted season. You can say he lost a lot of NFL talent with the receivers and the backs he lost, but that team was still. It's not like they're playing in the SEC. This team was good enough to win the division, and they didn't do it. That has to fall on coaching. So, and I'm telling every Tar Heel fan, do not, do not, do not, do not, and I hope he does it because it's useless for him. Like I said, go out and play in the hot damn green leaf, orange slice, Dollar General potato chip bowl in Idaho. It is no, man. No, no, no. Let Drake May or other quarterback that game and let him go ahead and get ready for the draft. I hope I'm hearing that this year. I mean, this week, that's what's going to happen. And I dare any Tar Heel fan or any media to criticize him for doing that. because it serves him no purpose to play in that game. None. Even at a check this out, even not at 100%, he still went out there and played against the Wolfpack because he knew how much it meant to the school and the fan base. Our season hasn't went the way we wanted it. How much it means to beat that team. Because it really won't go change their bowl status by that much if they won it. But rivalry, pride, I'm not 100%, but I'm going to gut it out to help beat. And he gave everything he had while getting smacked around and hit around all night. Coaching letting him down. Nobody blames Sam Howell if he don't want to play in that bowl. But something has to be done for UNC football. It's all great. You get the press, you win the recruiting battle, all this type of stuff. It ain't translating on the field, my guy. Ain't translating on the field. But shout out to the Wolfpack. Shout out to them Red. They have all the right to gloat, and you will hear them gloat the next year. Hey, UNC fans, hey, gotta take it. You win some, you lose some. But you got any questions for me? Leave them down in the comments. I'm about to end this. This is the first episode of the Hold Your Own broadcast. If you like me sitting right here talking bleep to y'all about sports and a whole bunch of other stuff, especially in the Carolinas, that's what I'm based out of. So Carolina sports is what I'm talking about. Shout out to Duke for their big win over Gonzaga. Gonzaga, like Duke looks nice. Duke looks nice, and it looks like they got another generational talent. I don't even know how to say his name. Paolo Banchero. Somebody help me out with that. But they got another generational talent. They had it with Zion a few years ago. Looks like they got another generational talent. And when you got a generational talent surrounded with other good players, you can really do some things. So shout out to them. As far as UNC basketball goes, they don't play defense, period. I don't know. Real early in the Hubert era, I see, oh God, fans kill me, man, about oh man, did we make the right hire? Son of a gun. We're not even halfway through the season yet, sir. Did we make the right hire? Did we make the right hire? Can we give the man a 2 season or 2, maybe 3 to come to that conclusion? Well, all it takes is a handful of games to know if you made the right hire. Come on, guys. Dang. Give Hubert a chance. I know a lot of people said they wanted Wes Miller. Here's the thing about Wes Miller. If this don't work out, they can still get him home. Remember that. He's a part of the family, so chill out. But let's give Hubert Davis some time, please. I know in this time, I need it. I need it right now. Gotta get it right now. Gotta get it right now. Let's give the man some time. Okay? Before you want to write him off. But that is it for tonight, you guys. I appreciate everybody tuning in. And until next time, this is the Holding Your Own broadcast. Y'all have a good evening, and I'm signing out. Peace.